and it going really well. The Magician on the Fool, these are the first two of the major arcanas, and they're individual people, and he's setting out on a new endeavor, a new journey, a new project, a new plan, a new relationship perhaps. So for singles, maybe there has been somebody new that's come into your life, and towards the end of January, you both are taking pause within the relationship to more understand what each of you are bringing to the table, and in a very kind and compassionate way, having heart-to-heart, soul-level conversations about what it is in particular that you'd like to manifest in your relationship and what the next steps are. So I'll be interested to see what the February energies are bringing in, because these are all really lovely cards, and they're all upright too. So you've been busy in January, and now let's move into the February energies. So the Six of Pentacles reverse, the Nine of Wands reverse, and the Page of Cups reverse. So all men, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Star, all reversals except for the Five. So let's dive into this. So perhaps moving into February in your relationships, or if you're single, in your love relationships, feeling perhaps that maybe from these conversations that you were having with your partners or potential partners or a new person that you just met, coming to an understanding as to who is giving what and who is receiving what. So these cards point to being earth energy, the physical manifestation of your resources and how those interplay in your relationships, and who's providing what in certain areas of your relationship. And with the next cards being the Five of Pentacles on the Nine of Wands in reverse. Like perhaps there's a story around where you've come from in your finances. I feel like a lot of this has been the energies that you're coming out of January with have been a big focus on the emotional world, and maybe you're in your career, or if you did start a new relationship, maybe you haven't been as focused on your job and the tasks or the mundane things that need to be getting done in your everyday life, and there's going to be a redirected focus in that area for you, singles or couples. Let me go back here. Nine of Wands with Five of Pentacles. So where are you having the belief or the conversation in your life about lack, and where you're feeling not included or shut out, or feeling a little bit lonely, or that you can't get the precise support that you need? Maybe it's from a banking institution. I know I'm talking about money here and it's a love reading, but how does this tie into your relationships and your dating life? I feel like perhaps your finances, because of a little bit of, I don't want to say indulgence, but focus on the more softer side, the emotional side of life, perhaps might make some of you feel in February that you have to get back on the horse and put some time and energy in that direction, and making sure that you have those conversations either with your partner, or if you're dating, making sure that you have your priorities straight and set before you feel like you have something to give another person. Like, make sure that your cup is full before you try to put yourself out into the world as, this is for singles, as somebody who's ready for a relationship. Make sure, because these are in reverse upright, it would be an overabundance of emotional energy to give another person with the Page of Cups here, on a water sign, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And perhaps if it was a new relationship coming in January, that you might feel a little bit of a stumbling block with this person, because you are getting back on track with the three-dimensional material world of, say your car needs service and it's needed an oil change like 1,000 miles ago. Just, simple, silly things like that we're if we're entangled in a new love, that those things sort of lose their importance, and that's okay. I think seeing the scales here, they can tip from one side to the other over time, and sometimes, and even if it's a length of time, it's going to be pulling down on one area. Your focus is pulled in a certain direction, and then the balance is regained sometimes by doing a complete 180 and dealing with what you have to deal with. Just sort of matter-of-factly get it done. And I think in February you'll feel more settled and calm in your current partnerships or in your dating life if you feel like you have your house affairs in order. That's what I'm trying to get at. You have the 8 of Pentacles, another work card. Getting busy. The King of Cups in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. With some clarifiers. So all of this hard work and focus that you're going to be redirecting to your financial realm and taking care of business in February is definitely going to pay off, and you are going to see pretty immediate results going into March with your career, perhaps because you put your nose to the grindstone in February. I know there's eclipses coming in at the end of January as well, and they'll be carrying you through the energies of February. So perhaps there's a reorganization for you on your professional front that's going to offer you some sort of new abundance financially. That's superb. So on the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm going to pull one more. Okay. When I get quiet, I'm listening. So coming out of February, I feel like it's a carryover of the 5 of Pentacles energy with the 9 of Wands in reverse. Like having these conversations in your current partnerships or new relationships or people that you're dating about your financial picture. You may have different ideas and values as to what you'd like to focus on, and I'm seeing the feminine energy in these partnerships being a little forceful in their words and a little bit defensive, and which then makes the masculine energy, and that could be male or female, sort of shut down emotionally. So you want to be aware of this, Gemini, in the way that you approach these topics in your divine love partnerships, is to flip these cards around and really get a handle on where you're standing firm and what you value in your financial world, and they're going to be more receptive to having those conversations, and you'll be receiving a more softer side, and they'll be more willing to listen and have open conversations when it's not coming from a place of defense, but just simply stating and sharing from a place of honesty and non-judgment. Then the other party, it tends to relax their defenses around what you're wanting them to hear. And the Death on the Hanged Man, both in reverse. So where is it in these relationships, Gemini, that you're wanting to move forward with, but however, you're not willing to do your part in the transformation of the relationship? And I really keep getting pulled back to this money theme or shared resources, leaving throughout the month of February and moving into March. So take a look at, Gemini, internally, the ways in which that you've wanted your joint financial picture for coupled people in your relationships to feel more robust and less strained and more abundant. But what are you doing on a daily basis that's not supporting that vision or dream, that's preventing you from attaining it together? And also for single Geminis, perhaps taking a look at the way that you are approaching either somebody that you're newly dating, or if there is nobody currently in your life, taking a look at how you can support yourself and feel super grounded and independent in the way that you have ability to create a financial picture that you feel secure in, instead of looking for it outside of yourself from another human being or person. So I hope that made sense. I'm going to also pull a Wild Kuan Yin card for you guys. I'm trying to keep these videos under 20 minutes. And thank you so much for watching and listening. Thumbs up. Please comment below on the parts that you found resonated with you. It helps me to hone in on the energies that I'm picking up from the cards. So this is from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. Anchor to Fly. That is so appropriate of what came up in this reading for you, Gemini, for February. Really feeling supported and abundant. And this is showing them, it looks like almost in these like rice flats. Like, how can you feel, it's number 23, super supported in your own life, so that, again, it's coming back to these energies of filling your own cup and feeling so filled up that there is no other place for your emotional enthusiasm to go but to give it away. And when we're in the lack vibration, it can feel stressful. And partners in that also can put strain on your dating life and how you're approaching it, and also in your current partnerships. So I'm going to read you quickly what Alana Fairchild has to say about Anchor to Fly. You dream of taking flight, of living with a heart free to soar, your whole being unfettered by restraint as you rise up to meet your destiny. You yearn to experience the next exhilarating level of your life, something even more beautiful, wonderful, and uplifting than what has been. And so you shall. I'm here to help anchor your growth so that your highest aspirations can be seated in this earthly world. transforming your hopes into reality, ensuring practical success for even your most transcendent, spiritually inspired visions. So that's perfect. Yeah, so coming from the energies, real quick, your inspired visions that you're going into February with, and how can you make those physically manifest in the world, and you're going to be aiming towards that in these partnerships and figuring out the most effective way to communicate those with partners and out in the world. And you're going to see results. So that's great. I'm happy for you, Gemini. Superb. Anchor to fly. So where can you feel most solid here on the earth while you have your time here, in order to offer your gifts out in any area of life of finding your ultimate mission and your purpose. And that's going to make you feel exhilarated and only wanting to share.